Hello friends, today we are going to discuss an important topic in the field of library and information science, which we are calling it as open access or open content. These are the resources, the information which is available on different platforms through internet free of cost, which does not involve any subscription model to access the resources, to use or to modify the content. So the resources, the content, the information, or any kind of website or web resource which is not having any barrier in terms of the cost involved in accessing those resources. Those resources are said to be as open access or open content resources. The open access as such is to all the research content which is in the form of journal articles, books, the other academic or research based outputs which normally different researchers, scientists are producing by the research and development activities. The most feasible form of definition of this term, which I think has taken from the academic freedom and tenure, they have given a statement in 1940, whereby they are saying that the open access movement as such and open access resources which are available through internet, they are having the common good that depends upon the free search of truth and its free exposition. And academic freedom is essential to these purposes and applies to both teaching and research. So the statement goes like that basically the academic information, there has to be a freedom so that every content that is produced, it has to be freely available to all teaching and learning process. The statement provides are entitled to full freedom in research and in the publication of the results without subjection to institutional censorship. There needs no any kind of censorship, no any barrier in order to access the research based contents which are produced in academic organizations. Sometimes we are saying that the open access is basically a principle whereby the research should be accessible online for free and immediately after publication once the researches or the resources are being published. Open access has ideological basis in the sense which is known as knowledge for all, sometimes information for all, sometimes the resources for all, which is without any kind of barrier so far as the accessibility of the resources is concerned. Now in the current context, we are witnessing so many different kinds of these terms in the form of open content, open data. You might have gone through all these different kinds of these terminologies. All these terminologies are basically the different forms of these open content or open access resources, where sometimes the softwares are freely available, sometimes the some websites are freely available, sometimes some resources in the form of arts, music, some standards, models, there can be something related to the health, there can be something related to the education which are freely. That is why such kind of these terminologies are being used in the current times. One of the important terms that I can mention here is the open government. These are some of these open content resources which are normally in under the censorship or restricted access based in different countries. But some of the developer countries, they have tried their best to make their resources freely available to the citizens of that particular country. I think that open access is basically openness of the mind, where one is clear in the mind that whatever researchers are producing, they themselves are producing, it needs to be read, it needs to be used, it needs to be processed and to be given to the society, whereby any person can use the information for the betterment of the society. Every kind of research is not to be put on the shelves, whereby it needs to be stored so that no one can have the accessibility. So that is not basically the motive of the research, that is not basically the motive of the information that academics or scientists are producing. So it is basically the openness of mind, which I think that this open access movement is all about. We talk of the openness of leadership audience. We get in open access, we are getting much more audience, we are getting much more leadership. That is important in the current times. Scalability. The more the things are being accessible without any barrier, the more chances are there that the information can be rectified, it can be evaluated, it can be criticized, so that the extension of the idea, so that the growth of the knowledge can occur in such circumstances. We can have the mutual benefit, we can share the resources, we can have mutual cooperation among organizations, among authors, among different organizations, so that the mutual benefits can be reaped from such kind of initiatives. The content is always rich in case of the open resources, because the things are easily available to all, and one can get the content and can evaluate or assess the resources. Quality, citations, and the professional recognition we are getting from the open access resources, because the judgment of the quality can be easily checked, and the citations, the more things are in open domain, the more chances are there to get the citations. And definitely the professional recognition, which is very important in the current time, of that researcher needs to be recognized for his or her output. Sometimes it also helps us in innovation and academic rewards. This is one side of the story which I was discussing related to the open access or open resources freely available to all, so that one can get recognition, reward, citation, quality, assessment or evaluation. All these things are but on the other hand, which are some suitable examples among us, that the openness or open things which are freely available, they are also generating revenue. We can, I have mentioned some of these examples like Google, which is free of cost. Everyone can access the resources which are available on internet, but they are generating so much of revenue from this freeness which they are giving to every individual on earth. In a similar manner, one can get definitely the reputation of their organization, of their of the author profile of the institution to which a person or the information belongs. Open access is not simply a phenomenon whereby freeness or freely information can be accessible without any barrier, but it is again not only freeness, but it gives so many different kinds of these things along with that. Like we talk of democratization, where access is basically independent of the income. We talk of knowledge transfer, we talk of education and learning, we talk of health, we talk of so many different kinds of these things in case of the open access. There are also again a number of benefits to an organization. Why I have cited the university benefits, because dear colleagues, we are all belonging to a renowned university, Aligarh Muslim University. That is why maybe this openness of content, our own resources, it may help university, so that we will try our best to make the university much more recognizable, much more reputed, getting much more citations, by the help of which university as well as we people can get benefit. So we as producers of the information, we as the researchers can use such kind of platforms to not only put the things freely available to our students, to our users, to our colleagues, but it can also in the long run help in our university rankings, university quality and citations. You can read out different kinds of these ones which I have mentioned here, that which are giving the benefits to the university. Then we as authors, scientists, researchers who are continuously striving their best to make the quality publications, quality research, this open access can help us a lot in order to visualize our resources, get maximum number of citations. It also helps to, getting the plagiarism, so that when things are in open domain, definitely the chances are there less that the content may be plagiarized. Then you have preservation policies are there, which a separate topic which we are teaching in case of the open access, that we have short-term and long-term preservation of the resources in an institutional repository. We can have accessibility options evaluated, services can be incorporated. So many benefits are there for the authors when we talk of the open access, open resources. Dear colleagues, it increases the visibility, increases the citation rates. These are the benefits that are there. But I have mentioned an example like there is an author, Jack Indralka, which is a 15-year-old from USA, used 3 articles from Google Scholar to develop a highly innovative method of detecting a rare type of pancreatic cancer. A free research was there available through Google, and a person 15-year-old from USA used that kind of research in order to get the treatment or detection of the pancreatic cancer. In a similar manner, when things are free, definitely the good researches may be read, and the things can be innovated or created so that it can have a maximum benefits to not only the individuals but also the society as well. Funding agencies can get so many help citations, they can get the recognition. And in another case, I have cited an example that the same kind of research which was freely available, a person, Pia Sosa, has used that kind of research in order to have research on treatment of HIVs. Then definitely so many examples are there whereby the users of the content from the open access, they have created so many different kinds of new discoveries, innovations, and different products which are for the benefit of the mankind. Now I will be giving the example that it is not necessary that we always think that whenever their things are in open domain, they are freely available, they are not generating revenue. You can take the example of Google from 2002 to 2016, although it is 2016 data, but the graph is continuously increasing in terms of the revenue that they are generating. In the similar manner, this is the fourth quarter, total after 2015. You can see a hike in the the income of the Google. In the similar manner, operating income of the Google from 2013 to 2016 is also at an increasing level. Similarly, the Facebook revenue, it is also you can see from the graph that it is also increasing its revenue. Although as a platform which is free cost, anyone can create an account and use it in Facebook, but it is generating so much of revenue. In the similar manner, one of the another important product which we are using, which is WhatsApp, it is also generating revenue from the freeness or openness to the resource that it is providing. So, dear colleagues, thank you very much. It was, as kind of assignment. That is why it was limited to few minutes. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.